Brother Aston Adam have been in hell for 351 days. The chamber of the condemned of the covenant. I was with the Lord as we were leaving the chambers of marriage where souls were condemned for fornication and marriage-related issue. I saw countless lost souls lifting their hand towards the Lord saying, "Lord, get me out of here." Jesus said to me, "I do not force people to do my will and keep my instructions. These people are condemned for their own action." I said to the Lord, "How is it possible for a God of love to create such place?" Jesus said, "Being the God of love does not mean that I am no longer the God of justice." We were in hell where the Lord took me to a chamber where it was written the condemned of covenant. I said, "What does it mean, the chamber of condemned of covenant?" The Lord said, "We will enter inside this chamber and you will discover what is there." Brother, when we enter the gate of this prison, I heard voices of millions crying. Very quickly I started to notice that these were not voices of adult but little children and babies. Then I saw a demon waving his hand and saying to countless children that were crying in torment, "Children, please don't cry, stop crying, you must rejoice, for this is your kingdom forever, you shall always be in this place that is your kingdom." I said, "Lord, the voice I am hearing in this chamber seems like that of children." Jesus said, "The children you will see here are not the ones you saw in abortion sector demanding justice. The children that I hear landed here because of covenant." I said, "Lord, what do you mean?" The Lord said, "Mortals, born of woman, are a few days and full of trouble. They spring up like flowers and wither away, like fleeting shadows, they do not endure. Who can bring what is pure from the impure? No one." I said, "Lord, you told me that children escape the judgment." The Lord said, "The devil is cunning, he never wanted men to escape judgment, therefore he has gone after children, he is fighting children when they are still in the womb of their mother." Brother, while the Lord was speaking I saw a rock, and beside this rock, I saw a demon who had the skin of a crocodile all over his body. He was seated like a mother carrying a baby and changing baby nappy. However, when we got closer, I noticed that the nappy that this demon was dressing the baby was covered with scorpion, snake and worms. When this demon put this nappy on the baby, the little baby cried more and screamed from pain, for these worms and snake were biting him. I heard the baby saying, "What have I done to deserve this? I have not even lived life on the earth." While the baby was crying, I saw this demon saying, "Baby, don't cry. Please don't cry." This demon was changing the baby nappy that had scorpion and snake that was biting the baby and ate his flesh. The demon took another nappy that was full of scorpion, snake and worms, and when he covered the baby with this nappy, the baby cried even more, and this demon kept cuddling the baby and saying, "Don't cry, baby." Then this demon laid the baby on a table that was burning with fire, and I saw that the fire was consuming the baby flesh. I said, "Lord, this is just a little baby, what has he done to deserve this?" The Lord said, "This baby died when he was 8 months. One day when she was a baby on the earth, her mother was washing her nappy and was placing them on the dryer. While she was putting these nappy on the dryer, her neighbor, who is a witch, was observing and talking ill in her heart and saying, 'She has delivered a beautiful baby, and she is putting these beautiful nappy on the dryer, in order to show us that it's all about her.' It is when the mother of this baby was distracted that this lady witch went on to touch the nappy that was laid on the dryer, and she transferred the spirit of witchcraft on the nappy. When it was evening, the mother removed the nappy from the dryer and ironed them. It is when she dressed the baby with the nappy that had the spirit of witchcraft that the baby contracted witchcraft. When it was night on that very day, the lady that was a wizard flew above the house and called the spirit of the baby out of the body, and she took the baby to the gathering of witches in the astral world. The baby was 7 months old when she contracted witchcraft and was taken to the marine kingdom, where she drank human blood in the gathering of witches. In the physical world the baby was still a 7-month baby, but in the world of witches the baby had consciousness and he had adult reason and intellectual ability. As a result, he began to practice witchcraft. Though he was a baby in the physical world, this baby was sent to various missions out of his body to cause traffic accident, and innocent lives were killed. He committed many offenses and crimes of witchcraft during that lapse of time from 7 months to 8th month. Before his death he attended the gathering of witchcraft where he was sent in a mission of destruction against a Christian family. When he came to attack this family, the fire of God erupted and burned his spiritual body. When he came back in his body of a baby, he was affected. In that morning his mother checked him and he saw that her baby had fever. Quickly she took the baby to the hospital, where she died, and she fell to this place. I saw this baby wearing a nappy that had snake, scorpion and worms that were tormenting him. He was crying continuously. The Lord said, "This is his judgment, it will be forever and ever." I saw the baby talking to the Lord. I was stunned, for he was talking like an adult. He said to the Lord, "I have no experience of life on the earth, and I never heard the gospel. What have I done to deserve this? I have lived for 8 months only on the earth, then I fell here in torment." The Lord said, "Even those who have never heard my word in their lives will be judged, for the stained souls will not enter the kingdom." Jesus said to the baby, "Your body on the earth was that of a baby, but in the spirit world you were not a baby, you had consciousness and reason, for you were accountable." Yet the child continued to protest that she never heard the gospel. The Lord said, "God does not show favoritism. All who sin apart from the law will also perish apart from the law, and all who sin under the law will be judged by the law." Brother, beside this baby, I saw something that was like burning. When I looked, I saw that it was a placenta, and inside this placenta that had worms I heard a voice crying out for help. It was actually another baby that was inside this placenta where worms were eating him, and he was asking for help. I asked the Lord what he had done. The Lord said, when his mother was pregnant, one day she fell sick and she went to the hospital, where she was supposed to be transfused with blood. However, among the donor of blood of that hospital there was an occultist that used to donate blood. That day the lady was transfused with blood from the occultist, yet this blood went to reach the baby in the womb. Many days later, the occultist began to do magic prayer, and in this prayer he was claiming the souls of anyone that was transfused with his blood. While he was claiming these souls, he saw that this baby had his blood and that he had legality in his life. He came to take the soul of the baby out of the body to the satanic world, where he initiated the baby in black magic. When the baby became a conscious adult in the spirit world, he was told he will serve Satan. Later the woman had miscarriage and the baby died, and he fell in this place in hell. Beloved, not far from where we were, there was like blood in a bowl that were burn, and there was a voice of a child speaking from the blood, which said, "Why have you done this, mother? Why have you done this, mother?" The Lord said, "Aston, the blood you see is a 2-month fetus. Her mother was a witch, and she always said, when she will have children her first child would join her in witchcraft activity. When she got engaged to a man she got pregnant by accident. Since this pregnancy was not planned, her fiancé forced her to abort, yet she already transmitted witchcraft to the baby in the womb, though this baby was just 2 months old. When the mother aborted the pregnancy, the child was already a witch, and he fell in hell, for there was nowhere to go. Brother, I saw a baby of 1 week and 2 weeks in this place, because of witchcraft and black magic. There were many babies in this place for different action of their parent that were in witchcraft. The voice of baby in this place were painful, and I was sad, especially the blood of a fetus that was 3 months old. The baby was shapeless because she was in formation in the womb of her mother when she died. I could see that his face was in formation inside the blood. He kept repeating, "Oh Lord, I am lost forever, I am lost forever." I said, "Lord, what has this blood done?" The Lord said, "He is not a blood, he is a human being." I said, "Lord, what has he done?" The Lord said, "One day when she was in the womb of her mother, on that day her mother felt the appetite of eating kaolin. She asked her friend who was with her some of these kaolin, failing to realize that her friend was a witch. The mother got the kaolin from her friend and ate it, yet her friend who was a witch wanted to bewitch her, through the kaolin that the mother had eaten. As a result, the child received the spirit of witchcraft while he was still in the womb of his mother. Weeks later the pregnant mother had miscarriage, and when this happened the baby was already initiated in witchcraft through the kaolin that her mother had eaten. I said, "Lord, is there no more mercy left for this baby?" The Lord said, "Too late, no defiled and stained soul can enter the kingdom of heaven." The Lord said, "You gonna tell mother, when they found out that they are pregnant, they must go to church to consecrate their pregnancy to God." Many parents are failing to consecrate their pregnancy to God for protection. They are failing to protect their baby. This irresponsibility is leading all these babies here. They must present their pregnancy to God in the church through my servant for consecration, for many pregnancy and children are not consecrated. It's these mistakes that expose babies. When mothers present their pregnancy to my servant, tell them to bring a seed with them for consecration prayer. The Lord said all these fetus and babies of weeks and months are falling in this place as a consequence of parent failure to present their pregnancy to my servant. Remember to tell mother to bring offering to my prophet for the consecration of the pregnancy, and my servant will anoint the pregnancy of these women that will be sealed with the seed. The Lord said many children are born with covenant, bondage and reclamation of unclean spirit. Every pregnancy must be consecrated with olive oil and sealed with the seed. The pastor will pray to undo reclamation, covenant, bondage before the birth of the child, so that he will grow up in grace. The pastor will pray for olive oil and the mother would anoint her womb with oil. Brother and sister, in this section of hell I saw thousands of babies because of witchcraft transmission. It was horrible. I will never forget these babies in hell. Many babies are being initiated in witchcraft in the womb of their mother. It was my first time these horrendous things, and these images are still in my mind. Life will never be the same again.